Joining us right now on the fan video screen is our guy and the voice of the Pitt Panthers, Bill Hillgrove. And Bill, gonna start you with this: the passing of Mike Lange, and you two are the legends in the broadcasting community, and there's so many other legends through the many years here in Pittsburgh. And Mike Lange, he's leaving behind such a great legacy. And we said earlier, I don't say this lightly when I talk about people, but great broadcaster, but even better person.
Absolutely. He was a class act on just about every level. And I remember when he first came to Pittsburgh back in '74, the circus was in town at the Civic Arena. And so they invited sportscasters like Mike Lange, Bob Prince, and myself to ride out to what was the railroad yards on Liberty Avenue. They're no longer there. And we mounted elephants and we paraded to the Civic Arena to promote the circus. And I'll never forget seeing Mike Lange up on top of an elephant, Bob Prince, and then, of course, myself. And we marched down Liberty Avenue and went to the Civic Arena. And, of course, we got to the arena. They got us off the elephants. And we go into the men's room to clean up. And I'll never forget hearing Bob Prince say, "It's like riding 2 tons of sandpaper." And, that was a moment and a day I'll never forget. But Mike was, like I say, a class act on every single level.
Bill, what was that like, getting to know your contemporaries, guys like Mike, guys like Bob Prince? Obviously, you worked with Myron for so long. What's that fraternity like? I mean, obviously, you're still doing it, but when you're amongst greatness like that, it has to be both humbling and inspiring.
Yes, I think those are 2 key words. As a young guy, your eyes are wide open and you're trying to learn and trying to pick up what people do well. And, it's a learning process. But I was kind of lucky because I never had to leave my hometown. And, that made it very special. But meeting people like Mike and getting to hang with him, he was a blues guy. He loved the blues. And that was just one of his many positive traits. He enjoyed the music and the nightlife that goes with it. It's a sad time, a sad day. I knew his health wasn't good, but, this still hits you like a ton of bricks.
Bill, have you ever listened to Mike Lange or listened to other sports and applied some things that, broadcasters use and applied it to football, like Mike Lange and how he called it? Because hockey's so different. It's so hard. And I agree with Pat, what he said earlier. To me, it's probably the hardest sport to call because it's so fast and, you're up so high, the angles and things of that nature. But have you ever listened to Mike Lange and be like, oh, I might actually apply what he just used there to me calling a football game?
Yeah, and he and Doc Emmerich, I think, are the 2 key people in the world of hockey as broadcasters who know, hockey has so many meaningless plays. Gene Shue, the great coach in the NBA, once said, listening to a hockey broadcast on the radio is like listening to one continuous mistake. And guys like Mike and Doc Emmerich, they eliminated the meaningless things and only gave you what you needed to get a picture of what was really happening. It's a gift. Yes, I listened. I tried to learn. But I always remembered something that was said to me as a very young broadcaster. You got to be yourself. You can learn from other guys. You can, but don't imitate them. You got to be yourself. Everybody else is taken. And that to me was a very valuable lesson as a young guy trying to get into this business. And I said when I got into it, I'll do this for 20 years and then we'll see what happens. Well, that 20 years has come and gone very quickly. And now I'm into 5 decades with Pitt. That's absolutely amazing for a kid from Garfield.